KWHD2 Bridgeport, ESPN Radio.
Buddy. Yeah. Here we go. Little Thursday action. What's good? What is good? This is the most Mondayest Thursday ever, right? Right? Isn't that one of them popular sayings? The most Mondayest Thursday ever. On the Sports Show, ESPN Radio 97. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. There, a little slip of the finger. That's what she said. ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. My name is Cody Mack, hanging out with you, and you can also hang out with me if you want. Several different ways to do so. Either on the telephone, or you can call up and be all like, oh, hey, 315-437-7644. Talk about big old weekend coming up for college football, NFL. Let's see here. NBA, Victor Wembanyama dropped 50 last night. Although I just kind of gave you all the NBA news you need. Let's see here. College football stuff. Yep, because big old weekend, NFL Sunday, but NCAA Saturday is going to be big too. College football. Cuse and Cal will be going at it. Talk about that or anything else you'd like over on QSportsTalk.com or on Twitch. Oh, yes, that is another bit of NBA news. See, QSportsTalk.com on Twitch already coming through. Giannis Antetokounmpo dropping 59 for the Bucks, who are looking terrible this year. So maybe that turns them around on an NBA season. We could talk anything you want, but I won't talk about college football because I like college football. Again, yeah, Cuse Cal this weekend, but last weekend did some real shaping of the college football playoff bracket that came out over Tuesday night in between some awesome college basketball games. We could talk college basketball, too, if you want. I don't mind that. It's getting off to an awesome season as that something, was it Champions Classic or whatever the hell random tournament at the beginning of the year is called. Duke and Kentucky going at it. I like the beginning tournament like atmosphere that the start of the seasons have when they do those type things. But speaking of tournaments, college football is going to kind of do their own here with the 12-team playoff starting this year. And this past weekend shaped Tuesday's bracket again big time as you had Ole Miss taking down Georgia, which I didn't really think was going to happen until I saw game day on Saturday morning where Ole Miss looked stoked to be playing a Georgia team. Georgia Tech upset in Miami, probably everybody's favorite game around here, as I definitely did not think that was going to happen, but Miami keeps going down in the first half by a good amount of points, and this time it came back to bite them in their fat little fannies. Virginia knocked off Pitt because, of course, Pitt looking unreal, and then, of course, they start just losing a bunch of stupid games real nice. Alabama handled LSU last weekend, and then you had a couple cool games where an Indiana team stayed undefeated, and a Kansas team knocked off an Iowa State team, so Iowa State, they're out, probably, because once you're out there in the top teens and you lose, that'll do it. But, yeah, it set up some pretty cool stuff for this Tuesday for the college football playoff as the number one seed Oregon Ducks, same, they look unstoppable, absolutely unstoppable. Number two, Texas Longhorns number 3, BY Cougars, number 4, Hurricanes, because technically they're at the top of the ACC, which, is weird, but, that's the way it goes. But then they started talking about some games, some potential games here where you could see some matchups that everybody should be pumped to see because, again, number 4, Miami, blah, blah, blah. Let me get this out of my way here. It's a lot of paper. I got a lot of paperwork in front of me today. A lot of trees had to die for me to prep for this stuff here. As what's cool about this is it's like March Madness. As you can see, a number 12 seed Boise State Broncos taking on the number 5 seed Ohio State. That all in itself makes this bracket thing worth it if that is a matchup we get in the first round. And then an Ole Miss Rebels team jumping into number 11 and going against the number 6 seed Penn State Nittany Lions. Again, that's as if this happened all right now and it ended, these would be the brackets. We still got a long way to go. But right here, man, an Alabama team that keeps losing big games but still ends up in this damn bracket as the number 10 team. And they would go against the number 7 Indiana Hoosiers. That's the weirdest thing to see, the Indiana Hoosiers undefeated, and basketball is going on, and we're not talking Indiana basketball at all, talking Indiana football. The Hoosiers, the Fighting Bob Knights. I don't think that's their nickname. But that would be an awesome game to get. Again, first-round games. These are first-round games. Notre Dame and Tennessee would then be another first-round game that you could possibly see. That is just insane, man. I am loving the college football playoff stuff that we got going on. However, there's other people that are not exactly loving the college football rankings, if you will.
Well, you have to start by saying that what the committee said last night was a complete travesty.
Oh.
There's no getting around it. And I know they work hard. They sit in a room at a 5-star resort ordering caviar and champagne and sit around and talk about college football when they have 4,000 numbers to look at. So I don't know how they came up with these numbers. Georgia started the season, Greeny, against Clemson, which has been ranked which was in the top 10 at the time. Their road schedule has been the toughest of anyone in the country, as you pointed out. They went to Alabama, Texas, and then Ole Miss. They've all been ranked in the top 10. They also went to Kentucky, which has been very poor, but they did beat Ole Miss, which is ranked inside the system. They have a chance. They'll play Tennessee this weekend, and if they win, they'll probably end up back in the committee's good graces. But how the committee can disrespect them and put schools like Penn State? Are you serious? What has Penn State done this year? Do they even have their most impressive win, I think, was at Southern Cal, a 5-loss team, and against Michigan, another 5-loss team. Somewhere in there, they beat Illinois, which I haven't seen in a couple of weeks. There's no justification for it. I know I'm getting excited because there's still 3 weeks to go, but how can you not be outraged at what we heard?
Which is awesome there at the end that he said there's still 3 weeks to go, because usually when we got around Thanksgiving time, it was like, oh, last Saturday, all done. But now, man, we got all sorts. We got this weekend and next weekend and then Thanksgiving weekend, and there's college football playoffs and there's bowl games. And I love this time of year. Oh, it's the best. No, I agree with him, but Penn State, they've got 1 loss. They've looked good for the most part, whereas other teams have 2. They got 2 losses. So, yeah, I do like that there will be matchups settled each and every weekend, like how Alabama took down LSU. So we're like, okay, LSU, maybe just back off a little bit. Sorry about that, because I don't know what to tell you. You're not going to make it into the dance unless you keep winning, which they have not yet done for a while here. So let me let that load, because I forgot to load that, because I wanted you guys to hear this as well, because we're talking the college football playoff as it just keeps getting better week in and week out as matchups keep popping up. And it gives the opportunity for people to go head-to-head and argue with each other, and that's our favorite thing to do in sports talk radio.
If Indiana gets to the 12, Steve, I know you want to jump on a Deion bandwagon, and I like him as much as you do.
No,
But
you
you
don't.
cannot sit there and tell me that story is bigger than Indiana. That's not fair.
First of all, don't give me a first of all. You're not being fair. You're not being fair to imitate you. So let's get that out of the way first. Secondly, will you make up your damn mind? You just finished minutes ago. Go. You were going off about Indiana and how weak their schedule was and who the hell did they beat? And then now all of a sudden you're talking about it to be the greatest story in history. It's very impressive. 10-0 when they were 9-0 last week before this past weekend. They hadn't won more than 8 games in a season since 1967, the year I was born, for crying out loud. So, of course, I understand where you're coming from, but you killed that notion when you talked about the quality of competition or lack thereof they've gone up against. Meanwhile, here we are looking at Colorado. Primetime rolls up in there. They're 1-11. That's the program he inherits. He wins 3 games. He's screaming at reporters, "Do you believe? Do you believe?" And then proceeds to lose 6 straight and 7 and 8 weeks. Everyone leaves them for dead. They go 4-8 on the season. They come into this year. They're projected, moving from the Pac-12 to the Big 12, they're projected to finish 11th. And they go out there and they go 7-2. They've locked up second place. They could possibly beat BYU and take the division. On top of it all, make the college football playoffs. The 2 years removed from a 1-11 season, that is one of the biggest stories in college football history. And prime time and the job that he's doing, Coach of the Year, doggy. Coach of the Year, Travis Hunter, Heisman Trophy winner. Shedeur Sanders, top quarterback picked in the upcoming NFL draft. That's a trifecta, doggy, in case you didn't know.
And then they all come to the Cowboys. No? Okay. Well, whatever. But, right, yeah, we keep forgetting Colorado because, again, there was all that hype around them last year, and it was very disappointing. And then this year, no hype, and they're doing pretty good. I very much want to see a Colorado-BYU game so bad. BYU undefeated, 9-0. They're taking on Kansas this week. Is it a Friday game? Oh, it doesn't say. Oh, it doesn't matter. Either way, Kansas 3-6. BYU should handle Kansas, and Utah has got Colorado. So, again, Colorado, BYU could be shaping up here to go a little head-to-head action. Because this weekend, again, we were talking games that are going down this weekend and every weekend that kind of move teams in and out. And Georgia seems to be one of those teams that they win and they're out, and then they're in and then they lose and they're out and then they win and then they're in. They've got a tough opponent this week in Tennessee, who keeps kind of almost doing the same thing here, but where the hell are they on this little bad boy? Because I think they're a little bit later on. There it is. Number 7 Tennessee, number 12 Georgia, 8-1, 7-2, 7:30 Saturday night. That's going to be a hell of a game, and again, will help determine this crazy college football playoff.
Got bigger concerns about Georgia at this point, Randall. Yes. The way their offensive front was bullied by Ole Miss on Saturday in Oxford. And again, I want to be very fair to Georgia in the way that we've been fair to a lot of other teams this season. This is an offensive line that has dealt with key injuries in key places. Not only early in the season with losing Tate Ratledge for 4 games, but other parts of that line as well that have made it very difficult for them to practice together even throughout the course of the week. Then being able to gel together on Saturday, that is undoubtedly going to be difficult. You put that together with the number 1 toughest schedule in the country, 10 of the last 13 games away from Athens. We just talked about South Carolina at home against Texas A&M in that 12th man home field environment. Georgia hasn't had that this year because of some of those neutral site games going to Tuscaloosa, to Texas. You got to be able to protect Carson Beck.
And I'm going to cut her off right there. And it could be maybe they lose a little bit of that advantage because we took their best recruiter, Coach Fran Brown. Yeah. People forget that. We took them. Yoink, ours now. Sorry, Georgia. That's ours. But yeah, again, that's a huge game. Clemson and Pitt, both 7-2. That'll be on Saturday. Tulane cracking the number 25 ranking here. They're going to take on Navy. So maybe we need number 25 Tulane to lose because, we do want Syracuse to be ranked at some point this year. I'm going to come back to the game of the weekend maybe that we will talk about maybe never at some point. Missouri and South Carolina go at it, 23 and 21 ranked individually. LSU and Florida. There's a big game this weekend. Boston College goes against SMU coming off that loss. SMU one loss. Oregon, Wisconsin, that'll be a blowout. And like we said, Tennessee and Georgia. Just mark my words here. Just to remember this. I'll find the line at some point because I thought I had it written down, but it doesn't matter. Alabama 7-2 versus a 9-1 Mercer team. I know Mercer probably hasn't played anybody, and they'll probably get creamed. But just remember that. Saturday at 2, Mercer coming into Alabama. They'll be real cocky and arrogant. Huh? I don't know. All right, let's wrap up the college football talk when we come back on the sports show. Cody Mack, ESPN Radio 97.7, 100.1.
Let's go! Game day radio coverage of Syracuse football is brought.
What did I do with that? Hey, see, go Mercer Bears. This guy gets it. Woo! What's today? Oh, Thursday. I already said that. Oh, boy. Oh, it's chilly out there. Breeze. Chilly breeze. Oh, rain. Don't get on, don't get on, get it, get it, get it, diddle, diddle, diddle. We're gonna charge this. Oh yeah, I gotta load that other stuff too, duh. Oh no, I'll talk NFL stuff. Okie dokie. Allergies are killing me today.
This is The Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Suffocate! Eclipsing light! Shattered by every mistake! The wish will
Little Throwdown Thursday on a sports show, huh? Think about that. We'll wake your ass up. We'll knock loose on a Thursday. Chilly-ass Thursday on the sports show. ESPN Radio. 97.7 and 100.1. I'm just kidding. All right. 315-437-7644. If you want to talk on the telephone, we can do that. Although, call me after 9. That way it's free. But let it ring once and hang up. That way I know to call you back. So, our moms don't know that we're talking late. Okay? I mean, it doesn't matter. You moved me out of your top friends in MySpace, so I guess it doesn't matter. So, whatever. No big deal. Sorry. QSportsTalk.com. That's Twitch. You can see us on there and has a little chat. And I Twitch. See, it's a camera. That's what I'm looking at. Or else that'd be real weird if I was just off looking at nothing. And then you wouldn't really know. And I probably wouldn't talk about it. And you wouldn't have no idea that I'm as weird as I actually am. Okay. Again, like I said, 315-437-7644 if you want to talk. I know there is a little football game going on this weekend for Syracuse as they got to go all the way out to Cal. Is Paulie not leaving? He's still here. Don't they usually leave by now? I know it's all the way out there, but can't he just leave anyway? Just kidding. They got to do better against Cal than they did against Boston College. That's for sure, because they lost against Boston College. And this Cal team, they're not very good. Florida State, who has now lost yet another top recruit from their class next year, they beat Cal. Their only win this year for Florida State is against Cal. So this is one of those games where Syracuse just do good offense stuff, and you should probably beat them by 50, and then poor coach can soap up the pits.
Honestly, I got like a ritual. Like when we lose, I ain't even getting a shower till early this morning. I just be mad. I just brush my teeth. But it's like I don't deserve soap. I don't deserve to do all that. I'm just focused on like trying to get back and trying to make sure that our players mentally understand and know that I let them down, that they didn't do it. I just wake up all night, especially when you lose. You like wake up like, dang, it really happened. It really happened that way. So it's just different pieces. And then I just move on. There's a process that I follow every week. Win, lose, or draw. Only thing is like my wife, I can't sleep in the bed if we lose because I ain't going to get in the shower for that day. I'm just mad and I just sit there. I just brush my teeth. That's what I have to do so y'all won't say my breath stink.
But got stanky pits, Coach Fran? Coach Fran got stinky pits? Only if you don't win. I get it. When the Cowboys lose, I don't brush my teeth for a week. So, I mean, this season's not going well at all. Oh, man. It's got to go better this week for Cal. What is it, like a 3:30 game or something like out there? So, a nooner out there. Another thing Syracuse is used to. A noon o'clock game, even though technically it'll be out here, different time. It doesn't matter. Either way, you like to hear from Coach Fran, and sometimes we get different opinions from Coach Fran over on the K-Rock Morning Show where my ass comes from. And Josh's ass asks most of the questions, but we talk to Fran every week as well, and so here it is.
Joining us on the line for his weekly call, head coach Fran Brown. Good morning, Coach Fran.
K-Rock, what up?
What's going on?
Good morning, sir.
How are you handling your first viral moment, Coach? USA Today is writing articles about your hygiene. Yeah, like everywhere I click, it's Fran Brown winners get washed.
Yeah, they should be. That's how it's supposed to be. But I'm having fun, man. I'm not really paying attention to that. I'm just locked in on having the opportunity to go out and compete against Cal University. So excited to go out here and play against Cal.
As a fan, I see you on the sidelines these last few weeks wearing your Dart hats. Can you kind of explain what that belief is and what the Dart kind of idea is behind your program, Coach?
I'm just being detailed, accountable, relentless.
Hold on. We're doing something right in the damn smack dab middle of this because I don't even like how that sounds, so I'm going to try to fix it right in the middle. So we're doing things on the fly on the sports show. You guys don't care. I don't care. And you want it to sound a little better, so hopefully this makes it sound at least a little better from Coach Fran. They just asked about the Dart stuff on his hats because I want one of these hats. Do they sell them anywhere? Anybody know about selling the Dart hats? Let's see if this sounds any better because I'll dump the whole damn thing right now.
I'm just being detailed, accountable, relentless, and tough in all aspects of life. Something that you can not just use on the football field, but our players will be able to take this with them for the rest of their lives. They'll be able to use this in their family core values. They'll be able to use this in their faith. And it's just something to hold you accountable at all times. So no matter what it is you're doing in the work world, wherever it may be, you can always fall back on being detailed, accountable, relentless, and tough.
I love it. Coach, you're headed out to Cal, West Coast, long flight. I had heard that you like to play cards. Are you going to play cards on the plane, Coach?
I probably won't play. I'm going to watch a lot of film, but I'll probably play a little bit when I get there. I might play a little bit of tonk, something like that, but won't be playing on the plane. But when I get there, I'm going to probably try to get Coach E to play with me so I can take some of his money.
All right, safe travels, Coach. Best of luck in Cal. We'll be watching the game at 3.
All right, take care.
Take care. Head coach Fran Brown. I told you. Did it.
That's what you're
Love it. Love Fran Brown. 3 o'clock game.
Coach E's money.
It's a noon game out in the West Coast, but it's going to be 3 o'clock here on K-Rock 94.9. Your home for K-Rock. Your home for Syracuse athletics in the Mohawk Valley. Brostat TK99's got you covered in the Syracuse area.
We were so close this year. I got a feeling that in the next couple years, we will break the curse of having college game day up here. I know.
Why? You think Fran's going to bring it to town?
I think with the success of the program, if we would have won that game last week and build it up to Miami in a couple weeks, it might have been close. But in the next couple years, because I know this town is sometimes weirdly split. I know people like Paulie, like, that's stupid. Who cares about college game day?
I do.
I want college game day here so bad.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do, Paulie. A lot of people.
I love college game day, and it's one of the only. There's only, if they haven't done one of them, there's only 5 power conference teams that have never had game day.
Yeah.
Syracuse is one of them.
Yeah.
And they might have ever even done one this year, so they might even down to like 3 or 4. But
I think we're getting there. I think we're getting close. I mean, to have Wild Hack in our corners a help because obviously, you know,
ESPN and all that.
But we're getting there. I love his vibe. I like the team right now. I like what I'm seeing.
Maybe we
like the energy.
Once we upset Miami, then we go into next year with whatever the schedule is, and they'd be like, "Wow, that Syracuse team! Look, they're playing blah 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 blah." And so we're gonna go to up in the dome. And that way, it won't be 40 degrees in November.
Just can I tell like the TV people just a little tip that maybe they're not thinking about? We've got a great TV vibe. Like, if you're going to be in central New York with all the leaves are all orange and you're going to be probably in the quad at SU, like, and it's the most college football vibe.
The outside shots of B-roll of upstate New York in the fall.
I don't want to see Georgia in the fall. I want to see, like, trees changing and apple orchards and all that stuff.
Make it look cool, because they did it. The college basketball tries to do a game day.
Yeah.
It's not as good. Yeah. I think they were here at one point for something.
Yeah, because they were myself. They're like on the court and the kids are behind them and stuff.
Yeah, that's not the same.
You want the big one, man. You want the big one. 315-364.
That's the other place phone number. I forgot to take the prior. We'll stop right there because there's only a little bit left anyway. But yeah, no, I want college game day here, man. If we were to have won a couple more games and then at Miami, they would have come. They would have been here that Saturday. Absolutely. But then I'm almost kind of glad they're not going to be here for Miami if, you know, we've done all that. Because aren't the students gone then? Because it's only a couple days after Thanksgiving, so they would be gone, right? And that wouldn't be nearly as fun. So, yeah, just we'll beat Miami. And then next year, a couple of games in, they'll be like, whoa, look at Syracuse playing that super gorgeous bearded guy in there said. Then they play blah, blah, blah. And then they'll have college game day up there. So who knows? We'll see. All we're worried about this weekend is getting a win so Coach Fran can fly back showered. On the Sports Show, ESPN Radio with Cody Mack, where we always thinking about Coach Fran in the shower. This, preview that. What?
So while you were sitting there playing the interview, I was like, hey, he's talking but not talking. And then when I stopped talking, you immediately looked at the camera
and said the
mimicking it. And I was like, Daddy, wow. And I was listening to them for like 15 seconds. So I sat down and said that, and then you did that.
I'm messing with your brain, man. I got cameras out there, dude. If I had $1. Boop. All right, so I can turn rid of that. This. Boop. You think so? See, we're trying to crack his nut, Ace. We're trying to crack his nut because at first, Coach, I don't think he liked talking to us that much. Or he didn't. We'd say it all the time in the morning show. You could tell that when Coach Fran Brown got here, he wanted to be a tough guy, like a badass, and like come off as like a hard ass. But he also has an amazing personality. So I think slowly he's starting to realize that you can have the amazing personality and then you can also come off as, you know, the badass as well. And he's really doing well with the whole, you know, personality thing because he has a ass ton of personality. So we're starting to crack that nut. Starting to crack that nut that is Coach Fran Brown. We're getting there. We're getting there. How much is this? 1, 2, 3. Even when I die, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God. Look at these drugs in here. Just drugs in this studio. I don't know, say I got drugs in my pocket. I don't have drugs in my pocket. All right, Throwdown Thursday. Oh, in my PJs.
ESPN 97.7 and 100.1. Watch live on QSportsTalk.com. This is The Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Get it. Oh, get it. Get a little bit more. Get a little harder. That's what I'm talking about. Second half for The Sports Show with Cody Mack. ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. A little throwdown Thursday for ya. 315-437-7644. Phone number. QSportsTalk.com. That is Twitch. And I think there's still going to be time. Reach, little tiny T-Rex arms. Reach. I think there's still time for LOL Santa. Because all that Lights on the Lake stuff starts next week, but there still might be time to get those $5 off tickets by going to lightsonthelake.com and putting in LOL Santa for a code. Because the walk stuff is all filled up. You guys like walking and being athletic and being outside in the cold like a bunch of nut jobs? I will wait till next week when I can sit in my car and blast the heat and go through it on the charity nights, because next Monday's a charity night, next Wednesday's a charity night, next Tuesday's a charity night, and Tuesday is the doggy drive-through where all the proceeds benefit the Humane CNY and Second Chance Canine Adoption Shelter. $5. I take my dog, Elsa. And ladies, just let you know, I got one of them cute white dogs with baby blue eyes. Just saying, ladies. Lights on the Lake. Presented by Upstate Honda Dealers in Upstate Calisano Children's Hospital. All right. Let's move on, shall we, to stuff that's going on this week. Like tonight, another NFL game. Awesome Thursday night football game this week, as this schedule for this week 11 is going to be bitching. We'll go over it all tomorrow because there are an ass ton of games, and yet somehow they've still let the Cowboys manage to slide in on a Monday night football game. So, all right, but first, real quick, let's go through just real fast my picks here. I think I did terrible this week. Before we do my picks for tomorrow, let's just go through. Giants, Carolina. I took the Giants. Loss. New England, Chicago. I took Chicago. Loss. Buffalo, Indianapolis. I took Buffalo. Win. Okay, so there's a win because I took Cincinnati over Baltimore. Loss. Denver, Kansas City. I took Kansas City. We know that was a win. Atlanta, New Orleans. I took Atlanta. Loss. San Fran, Tampa. I took San Fran. Win. Pittsburgh, Washington. I took Washington. Loss. Minnesota, Jacksonville. Took Minnesota. Win. Tennessee, LA Chargers. Win. Philly, Dallas. Jets, Arizona. I took Arizona. Win. And then Detroit, Houston. Took Detroit. Win. Miami, LA. I took LA. Loss. So, oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I kissed my sister. Oh, well. So, yeah, but again, it starts a new week. That was my worst week. And it's going 500 for my worst week. Yeah, okay, I don't hate that at all. Because the first 2 weeks, or for my third week, because the first 2 weeks I did really good. So if you want to bet on what I pick, usually I'm very correct. Just a saying. I'm usually very correct. Tonight, big game. Thursday night football. What a game as Washington heading into Philadelphia battling for first place. That's very confusing, Washington battling for first place, as Jaden Daniels has absolutely turned that franchise around. And what's kind of cool, and for Washington fans, you better beware, you sons of bitches, because this has happened before. Does anybody remember the tale of Robert Griffin III as he revitalized a Washington franchise for about a minute? I think this is a little different. Jaden Daniels looks not like a twig, because RG3 was about a $110, and he looks good. The Heisman winner has really, really helped lead this team to the first place record right now. And if they go into Philadelphia and they win, they will be right there, ready to go. Going to be in the playoffs, probably going to win the Super Bowl. I don't know. It's too bad they're the Commanders, though. They really should have went with the, what was the flying, the Red Barons or whatever. That would have been a lot cooler. I don't know. But yeah, Washington victory tonight would be absolutely enormous.
Nobody expected the Commanders to be in this position. It's almost as if the rookie quarterback has uplifted the entire franchise.
Yeah, totally.
And if they could win tonight, somehow find a way to win in Philadelphia, they would move into first place now. Having won in Philadelphia, it would make a statement not only for tonight, not only for this season, but I think for seasons to come, that we have a quarterback that's ready to dominate in the NFC East, where the Giants are struggling to figure out who's playing quarterback, where the Cowboys have a quarterback who's undergoing surgery yesterday. He's out for the year, where the Eagles have Jalen Hurts. But if you win on their home turf and send them a message in front of their fans, that to me is a huge statement if they could find a way to pull it off.
And the ways that they've been able to pull it off is with their defense and by awesome plays by Jaden Daniels, obviously, that Hail Mary at the end of the game. But their defense has been unreal, and the defense has been unreal because they vultured my guy Dan Quinn from the Cowboys, and now our defense is balls. Yeah, Dan Quinn has turned around that team. When he left Dallas, which I knew he was gonna, I was very quietly sad. I shed tears. Maybe a little pee came out.
In Dan Quinn's first season as Commanders coach, Washington has become something it hasn't been in years, a happy place. Several hours after practice in the spring, right tackle Andrew Wiley said guys were still in the locker room because they liked hanging out with one another. Yes, quarterback Jaden Daniels has played a key in Washington's rise, but so too has that bond, something that Quinn has fostered. Players talk about his energy, his communication skills, his collaborative style, all issues that they had here in the past. A number of players asked defensive end Dante Fowler, who played for Quinn in Atlanta and Dallas, is he for real? They soon found out he was. Safety Jeremy Reeves, who has played for the organization since 2018, said, "It's nice to see things can change overnight. Guys have bought in."
And yeah, again, I just want them to be a little wary because this has happened before with this team. But again, I think they look different. The offense looks different. The defense is unreal. Their line for Washington is awesome. Tonight is going to be just such a cool game, man, because I think it should be high scoring. I don't know, 41-38. But I don't know. I'm leaning towards the Eagles right now because of the veteran presence that they have and things of that nature, but somehow all year Washington has just found a way to win the bigger games.
NFC East is kind of a wagon. You know, obviously, whenever we're talking about these two teams, we're talking about good football being played. But also in the NFC East, a lot of drama.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know, Dallas drama, Giants drama, these two, wagon. You got a rookie quarterback doing things that we didn't think was possible after what C.J. Stroud did last year. Here we are yet again. Now, I think Drake May is obviously going to be a stud.
Look out.
I think the Caleb Williams stuff is going to be questionable, but what Jaden Daniels is already putting on tape, what he could become is maybe a GOAT you're talking about. And then with Jalen Hurts, he's seemingly back to form. And why is that? Well, we think it's because they got a run game back in Saquon Barkley being next to him. Anytime you have a running back that commands the amount of attention and everything from a defense, that opens up the rest of the offense for Jalen Hurts. Whenever he was balling, they had Miles Sanders, they had other people going crazy. Now they got Saquon back there, and Sirianni knows that his team is filled with a bunch of dogs.
And we didn't even talk about Saquon yet. That is one of the benefits that the Eagles have, that Washington, yes, their run game is decent, but it's not at the level of Saquon. And I also believe, I'm not sure yet if the other back is still out there. Is his name Washington Jr. or Robinson Jr.? Washington going to be dumb. Robinson Jr. I don't know if he's back, but Austin Eckler hasn't really looked that great as he kind of deteriorated over the last couple of years, not looking as good as he was with the Chargers. But, I mean, if they want to hang with him, they're going to have to stop that run, and Saquon has not yet been stopped this year. In fact, he even jumped over someone backwards because he didn't want to be stopped.
This is going to be a good one. I'm excited for this evening. Obviously, Kirk and I will be on the call alongside Kaylee Hartung and the entire kickoff team over there on Amazon Prime. Saw Whitworth down at LSU. You know, he was the first recruit for Saban when he was at LSU.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so, like, them seeing each other on stage, there was like...
Just going to slide this down there because I do a nice little... Nick Saban rant. It doesn't matter either way. McAfee, it's kind of on board, it sounds like, maybe with the Eagles a little bit. You can never really tell them. He's very good at that. I'm not sure either, again, because like I just said, I was wishy-washy, where I think Washington, if they can hang, if the Eagles' defense is kind of what it was at the beginning of the year, then Washington can score points with the Eagles. Because the Eagles have also turned it around on offense from the beginning of the year, where Jalen Hurts is now playing better, and A.J. Brown is unstoppable. You got Dallas Goedert. Is he back, the tight end? Because it doesn't matter. They'll just find whatever other tight end they can find and use him, because they can just plug in tight ends as they see fit. And I think I would rather have Jalen Hurts right now over Jaden Daniels. Maybe, I'm not sure. Who is sure is a guy you guys might remember, former Buffalo Bill LaShawn McCoy.
Eagles, Commanders for the lead in the NFC East. Oh. You know what it is. You know what it is. JD, I got to ask you, though, and be honest. You're already into the Hall of Fame. They cannot climb up to the Raptors and take your 25 jersey down. So you no longer have to lie or placate to a fan base. In the event that's what you've been doing. You're cemented in Eagles history, okay? You're cemented. Yeah. So be honest, man. Who would you rather have? Jaden Daniels or Jalen Hurts?
It's a tough one, though. I ain't gonna lie. You know what? It's a tough one, though. So I'm just going to do some research, right? If I had to take one quarterback, because Jaden is playing great.
You already did your research.
Jaden is playing great, dog. He did great. He's doing great right now. But I'm going to take the guy that, you know, every year in his career has been to the playoffs. The one guy has been to the Super Bowl. I'm taking Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. What are we talking about?
Now we're finding somebody that likes the Eagles or is picking the Eagles. LaShawn McCoy. Seems like everyone's kind of on Washington.
He's playing the best out of all the rookies. But there's going to be a time when a rookie becomes a rookie. Yeah. And Jalen, name's so crazy. Jalen already been through that. He's been through the rookie stages where he's played good for a couple games and he's been bad. That happens. I want the veteran. We look at the last couple, 4 or 5 games, he's been playing the best out of any quarterback in the league. Yeah. And the reason why we are winning, obviously, is Saquon Barkley, but also is what Hurts has been doing. So I got to go with the Eagles. I know you're going to think it's biased, but...
Yeah, a little bit, because, you know, you just said he was in the Eagles Rafter Hall of Fame. But, yeah, I mean, the Eagles look really good now, to be honest with you. So you're starting to see a little siding with the Eagles here. Another Eagles defender, Dan Orlovsky, also going with the veteran leadership of the Eagles over Washington tonight. Thursday night football for first in the NFC East.
Which team's going to have the better offense tonight? Would you go Washington or Eagles?
Philadelphia. I mean, Philadelphia's got the second best offense in football. And that's outside of the Detroit Lions. They're top 5 in everything. You want a top 5 offensive line who's getting Jordan Mailata, one of the better left tackles in football, back? There's the Eagles. You want an offense that's got a top 5 back, and 5 is by far the low number. It's Saquon Barkley and the Philadelphia Eagles. You want an offense that's got top 5 skill group? It's the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. A.J. Brown one-on-one, good luck. And that'll be the fascinating thing that I pay attention to tonight. And let's be honest, Jalen Hurts, the first month of the season, did not play well. Jalen Hurts, the last 5 weeks, has been absolutely fantastic, and he's playing top 5 quarterback when it comes to just the way that they're operating the offense. So this is Philadelphia to me. I think Philadelphia is going to try to flirt with breaking the rushing attempt record in the NFL. I said that this morning. The record is from like 1977 at 680. They're on track to run the ball 612 times this season. It's Philadelphia. As much as I love Washington, Jaden Daniels, and what Cliff Kingsbury's done, it's Philly.
And again, they have Saquon Barkley. Another team Dallas could have had instead of. The big news from Dallas is that Rico Dowdle is going to be the starter and the lead back for the rest of the year. Thanks, Dallas. We were all wondering. But yeah, Washington, Philly tonight. That is going to be an awesome Thursday night football game, as the football schedule this whole weekend, top to bottom, is looking real nice. Let's come back and wrap it up on the Sports Show with Cody Mack, ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. Hello. Oh, these boys are messy in here. They're all sorts of messy. gonna say, I don't think. What is this? I was just gonna take it. Yeah, I figured it was ball to the face. Nah, won't be the last. I like on this side of my face as opposed to that side of the face. And when I use this, I'm really afraid that I'm gonna hit things. So I put it there and go like that. That way I can't. Yeah, I'm terrified that I'm gonna do that. That too. And there's the OCD of being on this side, right? Boop. Ta-da. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I don't know if you were trying to see something specific. I was like, I don't know what to help. I didn't pay attention. You're a mess. I know. Well. I'm aware. My Papa Shot trophy is full of those. We didn't get to do that. We didn't get to do that this year. That's broken. We need a new one. We need to take it. Josh has a dual one in his basement. I want that one. Well, his relatives got rid of it because their kids went to college. So then they were like, "Do you want it for your kids?" And it's in his basement. I don't know if they use it, so I will. His other kid will use it. He'll use it right here. So. That's what I mean. Then they can have that broken one. We'll get right here. Plenty of room. Please, I'm begging you, don't. Please, no Papa Shot in the studio. Set up, put a pool in here. I think his head would explode if there was a pool anywhere in here. He didn't like when I was eating cotton candy. He didn't like cotton candy. That's right, got cotton candy all over it. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, bye. Thanks for stopping. Oh, thank you. All right. Buddha, wrap it up. Close that. Close that. Close that. Oh, I didn't need to even do that. Okie dokie.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
I have dreams of dancing with the tide, but my feet won't get the tempo. A circus of hands, my feet will follow suit.
Ah, yeah! Yeah! That's what I said, bud. Here we are, a little Throwdown Thursday to help kickstart your ish into the end of the week, man. Oh, we got the 315 with Brian Higgins coming up next, and then tomorrow we'll do all sorts of NFL preview stuff. We've got lots of Tyson, Jake Paul talk if you want. We could almost probably do the entire show tomorrow on Jake Paul Tyson stuff. I'm so excited for that. I can't. Trying to keep it calm because I know that we got a couple of hours to go because it's not till tomorrow, and that's how days work. One's got to end for another one to begin. But I'm hoping this one ends soon because tomorrow ends because I'm ready for some face punching. Speaking of the ultimate face puncher, 315 Brian Higgins is up next. He'll give you an uppercut that you won't wake up from, my friends. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. This was The Sports Show with Cody Mack. ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1.